use hashtag Raiders to get your Hard Knocks questions on the show. So we're doing a Hard Knocks based Q&A here. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, the way that my producer Tad is going to be able to find that question is if you use hashtag Raiders. So it's no different than any other show. And I know a bunch of you guys were like, Mitch, where were you today? I was worried about you. It's because I was prepping for this show. I promise you we'll be doing more Hard Knocks shows and we'll be doing more Raiders Reports live, so don't worry. But make sure you guys use hashtag Raiders, get your Hard Knocks questions on the show. Just like my man, Greg Bam Bam Jackson. Love it. Who impressed the most on Hard Knocks? For me, the guy who impressed me the most is Johnathan Abram. The reason why I think he impressed me the most is simply because you could see the fire, you could see the passion, but you could also, tell that he's not afraid to speak his mind. That dude can talk. And all the talk about him being one of the best trash talkers out there, yeah, I, for Chucky heads, believe that, no doubt about it. He was talking back to Jon Gruden, not in a bad way. Jon was like, hey man, just take it back a step. And Abram's like, I want to hit people. I want to show my effort. I want to do this. And then he gets taken out to dinner by Derek, and Derek's like, trying to treat this kid, and he's kind of poking the bear a little bit with Carr. I respect Johnathan Abram. A lot of Hard Knocks is already around Abram. So who impressed me the most? Yeah, I'm going to go with Johnathan Abram. Let's get another YouTube question flown in here from one of my more loyal watchers, Adrian. Mitch, just wanted to give you a shout out. Keep up the good work. So how about this? Everyone who's watching the Raiders Report right now, so 364 people, okay? I want to know this. I want to do a cheers live on air, so we're all going to cheers at the exact same time. I'm going to put my beer down, and then we're going to take a sip. So if you want to cheers with me, I want you to type C in the comments section below, okay? So let me see some C's. We're going to cheer. That way, Adrian, I just want to give a shout out to everyone who's watching the show with me. Oakland Raiders Report. Yeah, a lot of C's. So Carlos, Nathaniel, Joseph, Julio, Son, Sean, Callie King, Finn, Nico, Waters. All right. So for everyone who's typing C, okay, that's what I want you guys to do, okay? We're going to throw our beers up, we're going to tap them down, and then we're going to take a drink. Does that sound good to you guys? All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Cheers to Raider Nation. Hit the table. That might be the largest cheers ever recorded on YouTube. Definitely here at the Raiders Report. You guys know that I love you. All right, we ready for that next question here from Michael. Go Raiders. Thanks, man, for all that you do. Michael, I appreciate everyone who's watching the show. Make sure you guys are using that hashtag Raiders because I want to talk more Hard Knocks, right? So let's get some questions. Let's get them flowing in here. So if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, this one looks like it's a super chat. So, Michael, I appreciate the super chat. And I'm trying to be able to create more content. And if you guys have cool ideas of some shows that I can do, like Michael, if I want to come up with a cool show idea, hit me up. My IG, my Twitter, Mitchell Renz 365. All right, D Drake. What up, Drizzy? What do you think the hardcore Raider players think about Hard Knocks? Distraction? Waste of time? I think it's definitely a little bit of a distraction, right? Like, it has to be. Like, there's literally a giant camera crew following you around. The other part of it is, though, you're an NFL player. I would imagine you know how to handle spotlight, and I would hope and imagine that you can handle, I don't know, the cameras in front of your face. The other thing is, though, like, I would want to have fun with it. Like, if you're throwing anything in life, instead of pouting, instead of just being like, oh, this sucks, let's have some fun with it. And I think a player like Derek Carr, who tweeted out, like, whose mixtapes need, like, I don't know, amped up or whatever he said. He wants to give shout-outs to mixtapes. That's what players need to do. Have fun with it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime, hopefully, opportunity for the Raiders, and I hope that they have some fun with it. Also, D. Drake, get a picture. Let's go to Callie King. Who will lead in yards, Jacob or Richard? All right, so Josh Jacobs or Jalen Richard. So, Callie King, before I give you my answer, let's type it down below. All right, so Josh Jacobs, type J if Josh Jacobs is going to have more yards than Jalen Richard. So if you think it's Josh Jacobs, type J. If you think it's Richard, okay, R-I-C-H-A-R-D, type R. Okay, can we do that? J for Jacobs, R for Richard. Julio's going J. See a lot of J's in the comments section, and I understand that California is a J-friendly area, but let's just keep it a little simple here on all these J's. I don't know if it's J easily. I mean, Jalen Richard had 68 catches last year, over 600 yards. Like, Jalen Richard and Josh Jacobs, I think, are both talented backs. Now, I'll still say, ultimately, probably Josh Jacobs, but, like, I still think that you could at least give it a solid idea on whether or not Josh Jacobs or Jalen Richard is going to have a better year. But Cali King, it's a really, really good question. And maybe, Cali King, that you learned that it's Josh Jacobs and Jalen Richard is spelled R-I-C-H-R-D. Got to throw some hate at you. Here's what I learned from Hard Knocks Episode 1. For those of you who maybe didn't see What I Learned episode, go back, watch it. I would appreciate that. Raiders have Super Bowl wishes. They want to win the Super Bowl. We know that, but John's literally was like, I'm done making dreams. I'm ready to make nightmares. A hot air balloon, the one that AB flew in, 275,000 basketballs can fit in that bad boy. AB, I'm all about it. Just show up and play. Jon Gruden, effort over talent. He says it numerous times on the episode. I think it's one of the reasons why they went out and drafted the players that they did. The coaches love the fire that Abram brings, and I do too. And AB's hurt. He is. He's hurt. It's the reason why his feet are peeling, but he's still going 100%, and I respect it. It's just, Antonio, my man, from me, from the nation, rest up, because I want to see you in Week 1. I don't really care about Hard Knocks as much as I do Week 1. Jeff Rogers. I'll say this. If I had a top 5 most loyal watchers, Jeff would probably be up there in my Fab 5. What was like that cell phone plan where you could get 5 people? You guys remember that? James, you worked for Verizon. Is that the same thing? Something like that from Yoder. All right. Doesn't AB's feet look like he should stop his car like Fred Flintstone? I'd give that one a solid 4 Chucky Heads, believe me, because you ready? Oh, God. It hurts so good. I mean, like, what? There's, like, right and left Twix, and those feet are just disgusting to me. Like, his skin is literally peeling off. I mean, I don't even know. Can we get that off screen? I'm going to throw up. Can we go to Julius? Oh, thank God. All right. How long until Abram gets in a fight? This is a good question. This is a solid question. And if he does get in a fight, it'll definitely be featured on Hard Knocks, right? So, like, I'm going to hopefully say that he doesn't get into a fight. Now, he likes to talk, and he's going to hit people, and he's hitting people. Now, sure, a veteran might get sick of it, but I think the only way that Abram actually gets in a fight is if he's trash-talking a player, if then he gets burnt on a play, and then if I'm that veteran and I hear this rookie who's chirping it up, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to chirp it right back at him. And I think the only way that this kid gets into a fight is if that happens, because then Abram is fiery enough to say something back. And now everybody's going to swing at him, but he'll definitely hit him the next play. Because I'm telling you right now, the dude brings it. Let's go to Phil Henry here on YouTube. I believe there will be a situational for the NASCAR package. Okay. So I talk a little bit about the NASCAR package on my last Rumors and News show. Because I think it's interesting when I heard that the Raiders are considering putting Arden Key behind all these other players and only putting them in pass situations. I thought, hey, maybe the Raiders could go make a NASCAR package. So here's the NASCAR package that I think would make the most sense. And if you're like, Mitch, what the hell is the NASCAR package? It's basically a package that NFL teams implement to really be able to get after the quarterback, right? So you're going to save Arden Key, so he's going to be fresh. You're going to save Max Crosby, so he's fresh. And the objective is to be able to get after the quarterback and have more than 13 sacks last season. So here's my NASCAR package. If you don't like it, Phil, let me know. Also, is NASCAR a sport? We had a debate here at Chat Sports, and people are talking, and the people who are talking here have no idea whether or not it is an actual sport. Now, if you guys missed my biggest winners, which hopefully you didn't, but if you did, go back and watch it. Now, here are my biggest winners. I had Antonio Brown, Johnathan Abram, and Derek Carr. They were my episode 1 of Hard Knocks' biggest winners. Like, I'm going to say 75% of the show was around Antonio Brown and Johnathan Abram. The other 25% was like some defense, offensive line, a little bit of Derek Carr. But the reason why Derek was one of my biggest winners is because a lot of it was around offensive line, or a lot of it was around the offense working around Derek. And also you could see Derek was a clear leader and had a lot of respect from a lot of those guys in the locker room. Winners, losers. Ronald Ali, the clear-cut biggest loser on the show, and it's not even close. Like, kid talks about how he wants to play football, but then the kid tells the coach, hey man, I can't practice because I'm hurt. But then you miss going to the trainer, and as soon as Gruden heard that you didn't go to the trainer, he's like, yeah, you're gone, homeboy. Went into the kid's locker, took his helmet, took his shoulder pads, and was just like, that's the last chance you'll ever get to be a Raider. Josh Jacobs, Mike Mayock, they got 0 time. How do you not show your best running back, and how do you not show your new GM? Clear losers from Hard Knocks Episode 1. So, which one of the biggest losers worries you the most? And if you're like, Mitch, I've never seen The Biggest Loser. To be honest, I've never seen the show either. I'm in pretty decent shape. I mean, Tad was actually featured on The Biggest Loser about 4 years ago. So shout out to Tad. And I'm also totally lying in that. So which of the biggest losers worries you the most? Josh Jacobs, Mike Mayock. If you watched Hard Knocks and I'm like missing somebody, let me know what you guys think. Also, I see that there's a 49ers fan in the comments section here live. I think he worries me the most because you're definitely outnumbered. And let's be real, the 49ers this year, easily the most overrated team in the NFL. Like, they suck every single year, and yet they have somehow get hyped up. And the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo has played in 10 games and people think that he's like God's grace to earth. Get out of here. 49ers fan, get out of here. Leave. How about this? You know what? Actually, 49ers fan, if you think that the 49ers are going to have more wins than the Raiders, go to my bookie and put your money where your mouth is, because I'll take you up on that bet 100 times out of 100. So go to my bookie, chatsports.com/Raiders. Use my promo code GoRaiders, not Go49ers, for a 100% deposit bonus, okay? Once you do that, send me a screenshot. I'm going to hook you up with some Raider swag from Raider Nation store, which is like the stuff that I wear here. So go get started with my bookie. Oh, man, my nose, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I might sneeze on air. Got through it. Powered through it thanks to my bookie, chatsports.com/Raiders. Guys, get started. All right, because I feel like I'm going to sneeze. All right, let's go to the next guy here on YouTube. Scent Coast Raider. Mitch, I get all my info from this channel. Thanks, man. You know what, Scent Coast Raider, I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who subscribes. So, Scent Coast Raider, how about this, my man? Can you get like 10 more people to subscribe? Because I would like to have more people watch the show who are like the diehards. So I tried to give this analogy to my mother the other day, where I would rather have 300 Spartans instead of, what was it, like 1 million of those other people in that movie? I can't even think. Persians? Yeah. Perverts? Whatever. I would rather have a whole bunch of diehard people who watch my show all the time, who always interact with me, who try to grow this channel and grow the nation, because those are the people that matter. Rather than the guy who just like once in a while comes by, sees how I'm doing. Like, I'll take the 300 diehards. And Scent Coast, I know you watch the show a lot, so I appreciate you. So get me 300 more Scent Coast Raiders. Can we do that? Can people do that for me? I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Another guy who's one of my most loyal fans, who's definitely would be part of my 300 army, Jeff Rogers. What do you think about Abram aggressiveness on Hard Knocks? I like it because, to me, if he's that aggressive, he's going to bring that to the actual games. And like, the players, the coaches, they might not like it now because you're going up against your own team. But you also have to remember, like, here's a kid who's a first-round pick. I get it. But he was also the 3rd pick for the Raiders, and he's trying to prove himself. And for anybody who's ever been in sports, like, I don't care if you and I are friends, and I don't care if we're wearing the same jersey. At the end of the day, if that guy's in front of me, he's going to jeopardize my job, I'm going to let him know that he's not taking my job. And I think that's what Abram is trying to tell all the coaches and players, like, I'm here, and you're going to get me, and if you don't like it, too bad, get out of my way. So I actually think that they're going to like it, and I'm okay with the aggressiveness as well. Larry Fleming. Okay, Abram's first fight will be with an imposing team, believe it, baby. Which team? How about this? Will he get into a fight in the preseason? Type Y for yes and for no. Because people are talking. Because Abram, at first, like we did something like who's going to get into a fight first? Richie Incognito, Vontez Perfect. I would put my money on Abram before any other player. Like, or he's going to cause a fight in some way. Because I'm telling you right now, he was unbelievable on Hard Knocks. If Johnathan Abram wasn't on Hard Knocks episode 1, I'm telling you right now, it would have been a bore fest to me. Like, I probably would have rated it like a 4. You put Abram on it, it's a little bit higher than that. So, Johnathan Abram definitely made Hard Knocks episode 1. So, did you guys even like the show, though? Like, did you honestly care for Hard Knocks? So, what I want you to do is I want you to rate it 1 to 10. Did you like the show? Hard Knocks, and then also, did you like the show that I just did? Rate the show from 1 to 10. And if you want me to continue to do shows just like this, I better see a lot of 10s in the comment section. So Nathaniel gives it a 10. Jeff gives it an 8. A lot of 8s, a lot of 10s. I'm hoping I'll be back next week where I can continue to do it. Make sure you guys get me to that 20K subscribe mark. The subscribe button there is below in red. Also, youtube.com/Raiders Report. Looks like we got a Facebook question rolling in here from Minor Quick. 12-4 Super Bowl champs. Wow. 12-4 is a bold prediction. The schedule's tough, okay? The schedule is really, really tough this year for the Raiders. Like, think about this. The Broncos, the Chiefs, the Colts, the Vikings. You got the Bears, a bye week, the Packers, the Texans, the Lions, the Chargers. There's a lot going on there, okay? I like the Raiders. I like what they're doing. But 12-4 Super Bowl champs, if you think they can do it, go to my bookie. And if you put down your bet for the Raiders to win the Super Bowl, I will 100% give you a shout-out because that's ballsy, and I respect it. Let's go to Damien. Damien, Carr is going to be solid. I totally agree with you on that. I think Carr is a good quarterback. I think he's going to be able to get it done, and considering the fact that he's being doubted, I mean, sure, he had 19 touchdowns last year, 4,047 yards, which was a career high, but, like, he grew so much as a man and so much as a quarterback, considering the fact that everything that he had to deal with. Yeah, I think Carr is going to be a solid quarterback, but sometimes just because you're solid, it doesn't always translate to wins, and I'm trying to win. Let's go to Julius Smith here on YouTube. Do you think that the footage from Chris Warren and Ollie's cuts will be omitted? Well, Ollie was featured. Sure, they didn't show him, like, literally getting cut, but they basically showed Jon Gruden ripping his shit out the closet. I thought Chris Warren would have been on the show. I'm kind of surprised that he wasn't. Maybe they'll show him next week on August 13th, but I would like to, is it bad to say that I would like to see them get cut? I want to see the reaction because of how much we've talked about Chris Warren, but it's a good question. Julius Smith. Now, August 13th is the next time that we will hopefully be live here on YouTube. And if you guys don't get me to 20K, I can't guarantee that I'll be back. I would like to be back. You got to think of it. We didn't get to 20K the first time, so that's kind of strike one. If you guys know baseball, I'm not trying to get to 3 strikes, you're out. So let's get the Raiders Report to 20K subscribers by August 13th. Tell a friend. Tell the most diehard Raider people that you know. All you got to do is take youtube.com/Raiders Report, copy it, paste it, send it to every Raiders fan that you know, and tell them to subscribe, tell them to check out the show. And remember, if you guys want some sick Raiders swag, DM me swag on IG and on Twitter, and I can get you 3 shirts that I wear live on the show. So Raider Nation, one more time. Get the Raiders Report to 20K subscribers by August 13th. We're really, really close. It's youtube.com/Raiders Report.